Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Just wanted to do a quick video talking about some pickups I got recently, and at the end of the video talk about what I'm playing and what I think of it. Um, there's this flea market that's fairly close by my house, and I've done some videos there prior, and every weekend I've been going and just picking up random crap that looks interesting. Usually everything's pretty cheap. Last weekend I ended up picking up a PS4 for $120. Initially, I thought the guy said $25, and I was like, this is too good to be true. It's like a PS4, all the hookups and a controller, 3 games. So I was like, would you take 20? And he's like, 20, and he got all like bent out of shape. And I said, wait. He goes, I said 125. And I'm like, oh, I thought you said 25 because I couldn't hear. I had like a hat on. So I said, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking to like offend you. I didn't hear you. And so I looked quickly online and spoke to my buddy Brian over at GameStop, and he's like, "Yeah, they trade in for about I think cash was like 150 with the games. Credit was like 175 or so, just for the system, I think." So I was like on the fence. I wasn't gonna keep it because I don't really have the room nor the time for another game console. Though I did want to play Fire Pro, Street Fighter, and I heard Shenmue may come out still this generation, though I'm not sure. But I really couldn't see keeping another console, so I did end up flipping it to GameStop and making like a quick $30. But in the meantime, we've been watching all the American Horror Story movies, TV seasons on Amazon Prime. And the last one we watched was called Cult, and Cult had these little snippets of other like cult figures like Jim Jones and Charles Manson. So I was like, I've never really seen much in terms of Charles Manson. I know who he is and what he did. So I saw these at the flea market and I picked these up. This was $2 and this was $1. It's still sealed. This was a CBS, I think, or TBS or CBS movie that I heard was pretty good. Um, this really was not good. This was a just really weird, low budget movie. It was supposed to be like found footage of this Manson family, having sex and doing drugs, and Charlie sending them out to kill people. And it just was really low budget and just kind of poorly done. I guess if you like kind of grindcore type movies, grindhouse type movies, you might like this, but I really wasn't into it. Sort of wish I didn't get this, but I'll probably end up getting rid of these. Then I went back. Let's see what else. I went yesterday to a different thrift store that I've found recently but haven't been to very much. And they had this for $2. And I already had this on the Xbox One for Beth, but I figured I could always return that one or whatever and keep this one for $2. It was a pretty good deal. I know it has a lot of Wii U gamepad elements that you can do things with the gamepad, and I heard it was a really good game. So I figured even if it's a duplicate for $2, who cares? And then today I went to I went to GameStop the other day and traded some stuff in and picked this up. This is the Banner Saga Trilogy Bonus Edition. This comes with like I think a poster, soundtrack, art book, and an in-game item. And this is 3 games. They were PC games originally. Now they are all on PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know if they're on the Switch. I'm not sure, but it's sort of like Vikings. It's like Viking lore mixed with like an Oregon Trail and strategy RPG elements. From what I've read about it, it looked really good. It got great reviews. Each game is about 10 hours, and there's 3 games here. It's supposedly very difficult, and if your characters die, that's it. They don't come back. So if you lose your party members, just like Oregon Trail, you could send I think people out to like scavenge and do things. If they don't come back or they die of a disease or something, they die and that's it. So I really wanted to play this, and this was $20 at GameStop. And like I said, I had some credit, so I picked this up. So this is what I'm going to play next. Let me know if you guys have played this or heard about it or anything. And then finally, I went today back to the flea market and kind of did my rounds, walked around a few times, and happened to find Blu-rays for $1 at different booths. So I was very on the fence with this. I'm watching it now, actually. I saw it once, Didn't really remember it, but remembered it was okay. And that is The Man with the Iron Fists by RZA. This is like a kung fu movie with like Russell Crowe and RZA and Lucy Liu, and like everything's over the top violence and action and like very colorful. It's pretty cool so far. I only paid $1 for it. It's brand new. It also comes with the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy. So I put the digital copy on our account that I use. So it's pretty cool. I do want to see the second one once I finish this one. So hopefully one day I run across that. Um, I do like John Cusack. I've seen him in some things over the years. I think my favorite movie with him is Hot Tub Time Machine, but I've never seen this, and I know it's sort of a classic. So for $1, I picked up Say Anything. This reminds me of my friend Jessica because I know she's a big John Cusack fan. Oh, I really like him also in 1408. That's a really cool movie. But I picked this up. I figured for $1, if it sucks, I'll just give it away. Again, it's a Blu-ray. Um, and then I picked this up at a different booth. It's the DVD version of Alien Nation. So recently we watched this Netflix movie. I think it's called Bright Town. I think it was Bright, and it's Will Smith's a cop, and he has this like mutant ogre looking partner that he has like it's like the humans are racists against the ogres, but they have to like work together and they're like partners, the cops, and they start to kind of trust each other. And everyone's like, well, if you like that movie, check out Alien Nation. There's also a TV series. So they had this for for $2. It's used. It was in pretty good shape. There's like one little mark on it. Said to the guy, "Will you take $1?" And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." So he gave it to me for $1, and I look forward to seeing this. It has James Caan and Mandy Patinkin. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's supposedly very similar to that movie Bright, where there's like cops that are like buddies, but like one's a mutant, and they're trying to kind of get past the fact that people don't like the mutants. So it looked interesting. I thought my wife would like that too. And then finally, the guy who had the Say Anything for $1 had a couple of the Blu-rays, and he had one game. He might have had two, but some, they were mainly like sports garbage. But he had Assassin's Creed Black Flag for PS4, and he wanted $5. And I was like, it's usually $4 or $5. I really, I don't know. And I looked online quickly, and it trades in for like $3 in cash, $4 in credit. So he was like, give me $2. I'm like, I'll give you $1. And he's like, you won't do two? And I'm like, that's okay. Thanks anyway. And like, I started turning around, and he's like, just take it for the dollar. I don't even care. Just have fun with it. It's like, okay. So I gave him the dollar, drove down the block to GameStop, was intending on trading it in for $3. So I would have got like $2 or whatever, and I would have just made a couple bucks. I don't even care at that point. It was like down the block. And which is funny because some people don't realize you can just go to GameStop and get like cash. So even though it's a lot less. So I went to go trade it in, and I just happened to like kind of like glance at the video games, and I saw something I wanted, which was Darksiders 2 on the Wii U. I have the first one on the Wii U, which I think is a little harder to come by. So I figured, what the hell? I might as well pick this one up. It has some bonus content on it. It was $4.99 plus my pro rewards made it like 441 or something. The trade-in was like 4 something now because I took credit for the Assassin's Creed, so I paid 10 cents. So for $1.10, pretty much, I got this, which I was like, if I saw this in a store for a couple bucks, I would have picked it up anyway. So I made out pretty well. Just briefly, right now I'm playing Fallout 4. I never played it. I did play 1 and 2, and I loved 2. 2 was my first Fallout game. I played Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, and then I think I played the Brotherhood of Steel on the Xbox as well, which is very different. Those were okay. I loved 2. I thought 3 was pretty good. I didn't play New Vegas, and I didn't play 4. And I'm really not looking forward to 76 due to the online only component. But 4 is pretty good. I like that it's dystopian, post-apocalyptic. The story is all right. I do like that you can kind of branch out and go with different factions. So I'm not done with it yet, but I probably have a few hours left. And I just got to the Institute and am now sort of picking which group I want to side with at this point. And yeah, that's about it. I've been playing that, and like I said, watching The Man with the Iron Fists. Um, Hopefully the flea market's open again for one more weekend, so before it gets really cold out. So I'll probably go there again one more time and check them out because there's always new people and new stock, and everyone's usually pretty willing to work with you on prices. They'll be like, $10, and you'll be like, thanks anyway, and you start walking with like 7, and you're like 5, you know. So there's always someone to haggle with, and you find cool little knickknacks and movies and games and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know if you guys have played any of these or seen any of the movies. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.